frequency. I was a little bit off according to my dial here. How do you think now?
Yeah, your on frequency is the upper sideband energy is decreased.
Very strange. Okay, well, I guess we'll go and see how. I'll do some checking after the net or tomorrow, something like that, and we'll see what we make of it.
Well, ain't much different from the problem I'm having with the radio I bought at Dayton.
Well, I don't know how hard yours will be to fix, and I don't know how hard mine will be. Maybe they share that problem in common.
Well, mine, I think, is intermittent. There's a bad connection somewhere in there, and hunting it down is going to be a problem.
Dan, you're good. You're coming in strong here in Mason.
Well, we'll go with it, and I'll. What I always listen to myself on a receiver, put the microphone in front of the speaker, and let it switch back and forth. You know, and you can really tell because one side will feedback more than the other.
Lynn, you'll be able to see it on the recording, and I've got it going here. It's WA5QPZ.
Okay, well that's Dudley. I'm always glad you're there, but we prefer the good news rather than the bad. This is not the night for it, I guess. Looks the same to you, huh?
Well, it's your main lobe is stronger than the upper sideband, but like Matt said, there's nobody above us, and they probably wouldn't notice.
Okay, well, we'll make the best of it. Thank you for the input. Appreciate it.
It's not there all the time either.
Very weird.
If you drive real hard, there's a little bit of it up there, but normally there's not much there.
Yeah,
WW9W.
I haven't changed the audio gain.
Yeah, kind of weird.
You sounded good over here, Robert. KE5Q. Yeah, good evening, everybody. Oh, did I hear Lynn? Oh, Lynn.
Yeah, hi, Robert. Hey, sure was fun to see you up at Belton.
What are you on tonight, Lynn?
Cheap and easy SSB.
Right.
Homebrew by KG7TR. It's time, guys. Anybody need the frequency for any kind of emergencies before we talk vintage radio? K5LYN. All right, well, here I'm getting reports of being on less sideband suppression than I need, but we'll stagger on through the evening and see how it goes. This is K5LYN. My name's Lynn in Austin, and this is a all-homebrew station built by KG7TR, Mike in Arizona, and it's been real spectacular. I've owned it about 3 or 4 years and used it for a long, long time with great results. Transmitter and receiver. As far as I know, this is the only all-homebrew station that is homebrew being used to call a net. So we're doing something kind of unique here. My cell trades are appropriate if they're vintage radio related, and we'll talk to some people that I know are listening here already. Then we'll go from there, and a couple other people going to help me out with some net control. So, CXW, I heard you first. Talk to us, K5LYN.
Hello, Lynn, and all around the net from WB5TXW in Austin. I'm on the usual lifeline gear, 32S175S330L1, power supplied speaker box, which was strange because I was picking up extra static for no apparent reason, except what's going on in the atmosphere, also the Shure 444 and the usual dipole. So nothing remarkable here, although everything seems to be working just great. Over.
Sounds good over here, George. I think you're there. Okay. And Dudley, let me ask Dudley, if you're still there, you want to talk about the recording process?
Oh, goodness. You bet. This is WA5QPZ, and just to let everybody know, recording the boat anchor net tonight, and you can play it back by going by YouTube. Just go to YouTube and search for my call, WA5QPZ, and you'll be taken to the YouTube site. There's other things besides boat anchor. There's Flex Radio recordings and also free DV digital recordings there. But in any event, you'll find the boat anchor net, and you can listen to it directly either through that YouTube site, but there's about a 2-second delay or so, or you can hear it near real time by going to EchoLink and log in EchoLink and then search for my call, WA5QPZ. That's Quebec Papa Zanzibar, or Quick Pink Zebras if you want funny phonetics. Anyways, that's the long and the short of it. Everybody have a great net. Everybody's sounding good in the old stuff. I got to get some of my old stuff revamped and operational here. And we'll have the recording up about an hour or so after the net closes. Lynn, have a great net. We'll be monitoring here this WA5QPZ.
Dudley, when I wake up on tomorrow morning, the first email that I will be picking up will be yours. There'll be about 10 other notes there, and I'll pick yours up and listen to it first because I really value your contribution. Thanks for doing this. Okay, Tom, KC5L, what's going on, Tom?
Good evening, Lynn, and everyone on the net. Tom, KC5L in San Antonio. And tonight we're on the usual here, talking on the Central Electronics 200B with an E104 microphone, driving the matching 600L amplifier, Johnson KW Matchbox, and homebrew doublet up about 15 feet, and we're listening on the R390A. And that's about all I have this evening, Lynn. Back to you, KC5L.
Sounds great, Tom. Okay, hey, Matt, you want to talk to us about stuff? KK5DR, talk to us.
All right, this is KK5DR. Matt out here in near Page on the Fat Chicken Ranch. Had a hell of a storm come through here last night. Heavy rain, a lot of wind, swirling wind. It tore branches. I got acres of branches down out here, but no damage to the antennas or anything. They all in good condition. And tonight I'm running my ICOM 7760, 200 watts out, and that's going up into the double extended ZEP, 60 feet up, 250 foot long, balance fed, and that's what we're running right now. Went up to Dayton Hamvention this last weekend, and came back with a Cubic Astro 103. Really nice looking radio. It looks almost new except for one scratch on top of it. Other than that, it looks nearly new, and also looks new inside too. Receiver seems to work just fine, and the transmitter works intermittently. There's some intermittent connection in there. It's going to take me a while to track this down. There's very little information out there on the internet. I found a service manual for a 102BX, which is similar to this radio, except the band coverage. The 103 covered the work bands, and other than that, they're almost identical. So I'm going to have to look at the schematics on there. And some of the notes that I've dug up on the internet, I'll use those to try to diag and troubleshoot the intermittent and track it down. But regardless, it's a nice piece of equipment to run the almost boat anchor net on right after the boat anchor net. And I think I'm going to start that up in 2 weeks, regardless of whether I got that Cubic Astro 103 working properly or not. We'll start it up in about 2 weeks. And that Astro 103 is a definite qualifier because it was built in 1980. I got the original, not the original, a copy of the original manual for it, and its build date was 1980. And so that, and it's all solid state. When the transmitter does work, it was putting out 120 watts. So yeah, it worked pretty good. So we'll try to get that thing fixed and put it online and use it to run the almost a boat anchor net. But I'll use whatever I got if I don't get that thing running in time there, Lynn. And so 2 weeks, and we'll start up the almost a boat anchor net. We're looking for all solid state vintage gear. built prior to 1990. So there's a lot of radios that apply to that. So that's all we got tonight, Lynn. We'll catch you again. And like I said, 2 weeks, we'll start her up. KK5DR.
Okay, Matt, keep us advised on that project. Sounds like it'll be fun. And look forward to hearing it. Okay, let me see who I got next here. How about W9W? Robert, it sure was good to see you at Belton. How you doing?
K5LYN. Hey, Len, I'm doing good, man. It's been a long time since we checked in. All is well here. Running the Collins KWM 380 with the SM280 microphone. I do have it going into a 30L1. Looks like about 650 watts out. And that's going into an Ultimac double bazooka 8040. Good to hear you, and I'm going to try to get in here more often. I've been running a net about the same time on 20 meters from 7 o'clock until 8, so it sort of hindered me from getting in here with you guys. But it's a pleasure. It was good seeing you down at Belton also, and all the other gang there. Let's see. That's about it. Hello to you over there, Jim. I'll see you tomorrow morning sometime. Thanks for bringing me in, Lynn. Take care of yourself, my friend. We'll see you soon. K5LYN, W9W.
Okay, Robert, a quick question. Are you still with the guys on 20 meters on Sunday afternoons on 14295? Used to hear you up there all the time.
Roger. I'm still there. I am still there. One of the net control, Roger.
Yeah, because we were doing vintage sideband on 14292.5, and once in a while we'd hear each other, but not a problem. But I hadn't heard you in a while, so I'm glad to hear that's still going on up there.
Yes, sir. It's still going on, man. Check in with us sometime. You take care of yourself. Let me get out of the way. W9W.
Okay, great signal into Austin. Okay, KE5Q. Talk to me, Jim.
Yeah, K5LYN in the net. KE5Q. Good evening to everybody. The band's still a little bit light there. I've been pretty good here tonight. And we're also on the KWM2 meatball, driving the 30L1 meatball. So that's what's going on. Same thing as Robert's antenna, the 8040 double bazooka, and the D104 microphone. And appreciate you calling it up there, Lynn. K5LYN, KE5Q.
Okay, hearing you fine, Jim, but my Austin noise is a pain in the butt to listen to here. It's quieter where you are. You sound good, though, however. Okay, let's see. I got KJ5GQM. Barry, bring me up to date.
Hey, good evening, Lynn. Thanks for running the net. You sound good. Don't hear any problems from your end. I'm on the Central Electronics 28 tonight. And driving that with the Electro Voice 610 microphone and getting the boost from the Central Electronics 600L amplifier and running through the MN2000 and out to a 155-foot random wire antenna that's about 20 feet off the ground. Probably pushing, looks like about 180 to 200 watts tonight through the 600L. I'm actually running two antennas tonight, so that was my transmit side. On the receive side, I've been playing around with some low noise receive antennas. One of those is the roof on the ground configuration, and I tried a 60-foot wire in a loop, which is usually what you see if you research that antenna out on the web, and that's some pretty good results at 20 meters and 40 meters with that shorter wire, but the 80 meters where I really wanted it to work was not too good. So I figured bigger is better, so I've now got 260 feet of wire out on the ground, out in the North 40, and can report that antenna works really well. It's crushed the noise. I'm probably getting about an S1 noise floor. Of course, it also reduces the signal levels, but I feel like that the signal noise is
probably a little better than my long wire antenna, but mainly it's just a lot nicer to listen to without all that interference on it. And of course I'm listening on the Drake 1A receiver tonight. So that's what I've got going on here tonight, Lynn.
Okay. Well, that shows how unique we are. You and I have the two rare Drake 1A receivers, and then you guys with the Central Electronics 600 amplifiers. I'll tell you what, y'all are on top of the world.
Yeah, I think I finally got my 28 to work pretty decently tonight, so I'm happy about that. I started a little early tonight and played around with it, and I think I've got the carrier notched out and seem to be pretty close to on frequency.
Well, you sound like you're exactly on frequency to me if my receiver is stable. And did you do anything extra to that BC458 VFO? I guess you're still using that thing, aren't you?
The only thing I've done with it is I sit it on top of the 28, so it gets nice and toasty warm, and that seems to do the trick, over.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's doing great. Beautiful signal tonight and stronger than usual. Okay, Barry, anything else on your end this evening?
I've got a few projects I'm working on. I've got a SS101 helicopters receiver that I just got a recap kit for. I'm going to recap that and add that to my helicopters lineup. And I picked up a HT37 transmitter at Belton. It was a freebie. And I've recapped it and did solid-state rectifiers on it, and it seems to work pretty well. I haven't gone completely through it yet, but it transmits a solid 100 watts on every band. I may do some minor touch-up on the alignment, and then it's going into my Helicrafters lineup as well. Over.
We've talked about the power supply in that, haven't we?
Do that. I've replaced those rectifiers in there with a solid state, over.
Okay, you're in good shape. And if you have trouble with the voltage not being right, just shift the filter caps around a little bit. You can get it exactly right, but probably work just fine. Okay, Barry, great to hear you. Anything else on your end?
That's all information. Back to you, Lynn.
Okay, I got K0IEI, I think, don't I, Jim?
Yeah, good evening from Woodway there, Lynn. This is Jim, K0IEI. Tonight we're running the Kenwood TS530, the D104 microphone, going into a modified AL80B up to a 75-meter dipole antenna, and band conditions are good tonight, and that's about it from here. K0IEI.
Okay, nicely done. Was there anybody else that was early that I didn't get on the early list? Okay, maybe not. TXW, hey, why don't you talk to some people?
I shall. My name is George. My call is Whiskey Bravo 5 Tango X-Ray Whiskey, and I will take check-ins I'm in Austin. I will take check-ins to the boat anchor net one by one. First check-in, come now please, over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any more check-ins for the boat anchor net? Over. Guess not, Lynn. Over.
Well, that's kind of weird. I guess we had a pretty good group last week, and I'm surprised that we don't have the same number this time around. Sounds like about the same band conditions to me. Well, let's see. Is anybody else out there want to put out a call for some check-ins? No reason we have to do that from Austin. Anybody else want to put out a call? Failing that, we may have done it, guys. K5LYN.
All right. Well, thank you for the net, Lynn. Pretty good signals all around, I'd say, although there's a bit of noise. Some of these hams get a little bit twitchy when they hear a little noise, I think. Over.
Yeah, starting the net in what's the late afternoon, not even close to being nightfall, makes a big difference.
Oh, well. Okay, well, we'll see you later. WB5TXW.
Hey, Dave, we couldn't find anybody to talk to. You want to give it a try?
Yeah, pretty rough copy you guys up here. I'm listening on SDR so I can hear you. You're very, very weak tonight, over.
Yeah, I guess the band's just too dead. Well, glad you came by. Thanks for saying hello.
I can make a call. You want me to make a call, see if anybody's around?
I think the frequency's open. Sure, there might be somebody that can hear you. Give it a try.
Say again.
You're perfectly eligible to give it a try.
Okay, this is KD5FX with right here on 3870. Check in. If you can hear me, go ahead. You can call something. Kilo Lima 7, Charlie Delta. Kilo Lima 7, Charlie Delta. You just give us your name, station, and what are you running tonight?
Okay, my name is Mike, Mexico, India, Kilowatt Echo, and I'm located in Greers Ferry, Arkansas, about 70 miles north of Little Rock and about 60 miles south of the Missouri border in central Arkansas, north central Arkansas. Tonight I'm running the Helicopters Twins SX-117 receiver HD44 transmitter, operating in transceive mode using the receiver VFO for both receive and transmit. And I've got a homebrew digital frequency meter that I have tied into this rig, so I should be pretty close to on frequency. I got the matching speaker and power supply for the HD44 transmitter. Amplifier is a 30L1 by Collins, putting out about 500 watts. Fed via coax, no tuner in line up to a double bazooka, about 45 feet in the red oak trees here on my property. Microphone is a D104. I hope you copy. KL7 Charlie Delta back to net.
Okay, yeah, Roger, back here, 5-9 here net. I missed, what's the receiver? I got an HD44, what's
The receiver is the matching twin SX-117.
Okay, roger that. Okay, so I'll relay that on. And you're sounding really good over here. That's KL7 Charlie Delta Lake in Greers Ferry, Arkansas. We're with a 30L. Put a double bazooka at about 45 feet. Got the trees. Thanks for joining us, Mike. Any other check-ins for boat anchors? Head boat anchors. Kilo 5 Delta something in there. Kilo 5 Delta. I've got the one. I'm not copying him, Lynn. Are you copying him, Lynn? K5LYN, are you there? Apparently might have lost you. K5 Delta Tire, one more time. Get the call sign a couple times.
Dave, if that was you calling me, I couldn't hear you. I think we better give it up. The conditions are just too bad. K5LYN.
Lynn, did you copy the K5 Delta something? Over. K5LYN, did you copy it?
Can hear you, over.
Yeah, Roger, I need a relay in. Is anybody down that way copying the K5 Delta?
I'm not able to pick him up here in Mason, Texas, over.
Yeah, if you can hear him, go ahead and pick it up.
We're having a much harder time hearing you down here.
Texas now, Dave. The band has definitely gotten worse the last 5 to 10 minutes, over.
Roger, roger. Yeah, it's gotten pretty bad up here, too. I'm going to go ahead and call it for tonight. And I think there's some thunderstorms out there in Texas or somewhere. So I'm going to call it and turn it back to you guys downtown. You can hear me. This is KD5.
K5LYN, Lynn, Dave is turning the net back to you. Do you copy?
I know I've lost him, and I hear you pretty well, but I think it's kind of hopeless. I think we're out of luck tonight. Just terrible conditions.
Yeah, I can hear Dave. He's ready to give us net up north, and he's passing you to wrap it up.
Well, I wrapped it up before I heard him, so I think we're wrapped. I think we've done all we can do, Dave. I mean, Brad.
All right, sounds good. I enjoyed the net, and thanks for calling it. Believe it or not, I can hear Dave actually pretty good with my loop on the ground here in Mason.
Well, Barry, also you're not at the intersection of Burnett Road and Kenny Lane in Central Austin like I am. That doesn't help.
Well, yeah, the loop on the ground really kills the noise. I mean, I get plenty of noise with my long wire.
Yeah, a small town or out in the country would be better than what I've got here. This is kind of tough, this season.
All right, well, I think I've got thunderstorms rolling in towards me tonight anyway. I'm hearing lots of lightning crashes, so I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for calling the net, Lynn.
And congratulations on your very nice work on that station, and you're going to have fun with that Hallicrafters 101. That's a nice receiver. It's better than the fancy one that came after it, the 115 that I have. I think you got the best of the two.
The SX111, and I just can't get it to sound very well. I mean, it works fine and it hears well, but it just doesn't sound very good. And I think I'm going to roll this 101 into my Hallicrafter station. I tried to sell it in Belton, and I couldn't even get anybody to make me an offer. I had lots of people come by and look at it and ooh and all over it. It's a beautiful radio, but I've got the Hayseed handset capacitor kit that just arrived this week, and so I'm going to recap it, and it's going in with my HT37 and my HT41 amp. Over.
Well, Hallicrafters was kind of, they were not quite on the track. They weren't quite in step with the times. For example, the fancier receiver that came out after your 101 was the 115. SX115 that I have, and there's a little insight into how far out of touch in reality they were. They built that to be their single sideband receiver, the SX115. Then they labeled the label printed on the front panel. The S meter says carrier level. Over.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I've used the SX101 a couple times, and it really sounds great, and I'm looking forward to getting it recapped, because I'm kind of scared to use it because it is 100% virgin underneath the chassis. It's never been touched as far as I can tell.
Well, keep us posted on it and have fun.
All right, thanks, man. Have a good evening.
73's all the way around. K5LYN. Out.